The story takes us to a sunny Miami suburb where Philip lives the relatively measured and predictable life of a typical teenager from a wealthy family. His father is often away on business, leaving his son in the care of staff, creating an atmosphere of mild loneliness and abandonment. Philip is a shy and inexperienced young man, focused primarily on his studies and typical teenage interests. However, this familiar routine changes dramatically when a new housekeeper named Nicole arrives. From the very first day, this young and attractive woman brings a completely different energy to the teenager's life, becoming the object of his close attention and genuine curiosity, which gradually develops into something more. Nicole proves to be more than just a diligent employee. She also possesses a deep understanding of human psychology and hidden desires. Noticing Philip's shyness and insecurity, she begins to take a special interest in him that extends far beyond her formal duties. A peculiar game develops between them, consisting of ambiguous hints, chance encounters in the hallways of the mansion, and long conversations in which Nicole acts as a mentor. She gradually opens the young man to the world of adult emotions, teaching him the intricacies of communication and self-confidence. For Philip, this interaction becomes a true revelation, as for the first time he feels interesting and important in the eyes of an older, experienced woman who seems to understand him without words. While Philip's father continues to go about his business, unaware of the changes taking place in the house, Nicole begins giving the young man those private lessons that give this story its title. These lessons have nothing to do with the school curriculum. They are aimed at developing sensuality, an understanding of etiquette, and social skills. Philip, like a sponge, absorbs every word and gesture of his tutor, changing literally before his eyes. From a timid boy, he transforms into a more self-aware young man, beginning to recognize his own attractiveness. However, behind the veneer of these lessons lies a complex range of emotions, as Philip begins to feel genuine affection for Nicole, not fully understanding the true motives behind her behavior. Alongside Philip's education, the plot introduces the figure of a driver who is in a relationship with Nicole. This character introduces an element of intrigue and hidden tension into the narrative, as his plans for Philip's family may not be as harmless as they initially seem. It turns out that Nicole's arrival at the house was part of a cunning scheme aimed at extracting financial gain from the mansion's wealthy owner. Philip finds himself at the center of a complex game, where his sincere feelings and nascent adulthood are used as tools in the hands of others. This discovery confronts the young man with a difficult choice and forces him to look at the adults around him without rose-colored glasses, realizing that the world is far more complex and cynical than he imagined. Despite the mercenary motives of her accomplices, Nicole at some point begins to develop genuine affection for Philip, torn between professional calculation and human warmth. She sees in him a purity and honesty that her own life lacks, and this creates an internal conflict within her. The climax occurs when the plot to extort money from Philip's father enters its active phase. The teenager must demonstrate remarkable ingenuity and resilience to protect his family's interests while maintaining the sliver of adulthood he has acquired thanks to Nicole's lessons. In this stressful situation, he finally bids farewell to childhood, realizing that trust is a precious gift that can easily be betrayed. At the end of the story, Philip emerges from this situation a changed man. Although the circumstances of his coming of age were fraught with deception and manipulation, the experience he gained becomes the foundation for his future life. He learned to see the hidden meanings behind beautiful words and realized the price of responsibility for his actions. Nicole disappears from his life as suddenly as she appeared, leaving behind only memories of a hot summer and lessons impossible to learn in a classroom. Philip is left alone in a large house, but now it's not the loneliness of an abandoned child, but the solitude of a man ready to face adulthood, with all its complexities and unexpected twists of fate.